What is up? We are your Colorado real estate family, and if you've been following us for a bit, you know that we have not covered this city yet. We're talking about everything that you must know about Littleton, Colorado.
All right, let's go. You're new to our channel, Chelsea and Pete here, and if you're interested in moving to Colorado, Denver, or any of the surrounding cities, we're the couple that you need to know. So do yourself a favor, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell below. We put out 2 videos a week.
And guys, along those lines, licensed real estate agent right here, we're helping out so many of you with all your real estate needs moving into the state of Colorado. So we're gonna throw that phone number below, right there. Give us a call. You're gonna get us and us only, no one else.
Okay, so let's start off by talking about where is Littleton. So it's actually about 22 minutes from Denver, and it's going to kind of be on that southwest area, just south of Lakewood. So it's actually crazy we haven't covered the city before. I don't even know why.
I don't know. I think it's because we've covered Lakewood before, and like in our back of our minds, we're like, Lakewood, yeah, we've covered Littleton. We're like, no, we haven't. We've covered Lakewood because Lakewood and Littleton oftentimes get mixed up. They're both in the same area. Littleton's a little bit further south of Lakewood. So I think we've always kind of had that in the back of our mind that we've covered it, and we haven't.
We haven't. So
and it's such a great city. I don't know why we haven't done it.
Yeah, we're going to do more videos for Littleton. We're actually going to take this video, tell you everything we need to know, and then we might circle back around and give you some more information soon. So what about counties?
Yeah, so something that you really want to know about Littleton, Colorado is it actually incorporates 3 different counties. You're talking about Arapahoe, Douglas, and Jefferson. Why is this important? Well, we're telling you right now, if you're looking into schools, it will be important because Jefferson County is a lot different as opposed to Arapahoe County when it comes to those schooling systems.
The really great thing about Littleton is there are so many things to do. Yep. So we talked about, we can go on and on, but we'll just give you some of the big ones. Littleton has obviously its own museum, so a lot of people that are kind of that museum enthusiasts can definitely go check that out. We have the farmhouse at Breckenridge Brewery, which is a big deal. It's kind of like the new hot spot, so definitely like hitting all of the best things to do if you're going to visit in Littleton.
When you were writing that down, I was worried. I was a little concerned because White Fence Farm is a place that used to be in Littleton, Colorado. Unfortunately, they shut it down. It was a super cool spot. It was like a petting zoo. They had like old school, like Southern style food, all your fried chickens and stuff like that. But
we had a birthday party there.
We did, yeah. We had my grandma's, I think it was her 91st birthday party. It's definitely a spot that, for sure.
Full-blood Italian.
But it's not there no more. No more. It's gone, unfortunately.
Chatfield
Reservoir. This is one of the top things to do in Littleton, Colorado.
This was our beach.
The beach. So in Colorado, our beaches are on these reservoirs, right? Yes. And so we don't have the ocean. Obviously, we're landlocked, so we always have our beaches at these reservoirs, and that's kind of how we decided to beach it up a little bit. So.
We're going to the beach at the lake. But Chatfield has a lot of that.
That's all your recreation. So you want to take your boats out, all the, what do I call them again? Boating bros. Anytime we talk about boating bros, check out our Fort Collins video because up there it's a huge thing to go boating and kind of have that whole lifestyle, and we call them all boating bros.
I want to be a boating bro. I envy the boating bros. I'm going to be there one day.
Yep.
Okay, let's keep going. Peter's getting he had too much caffeine. Okay, so what other things? Oh, Hudson Gardens. Okay, Hudson Gardens has an outdoor setting that is right on the South Platte River. It's really beautiful. We see weddings there.
Yeah, so funny story about Hudson Gardens. I was late for one of my good buddies' weddings there, and me and another one of our friends decided to walk in and do the wrong wedding, sat down, and we looked around and we're like, we don't know a damn person here. So it happens that his wedding was the one next door, but so I ended up going and crashing the wedding there without knowing about it.
What do you like better, Christmas or wedding season?
Mr. Gray.
Yes, the answer would be wedding season.
Bingo.
Well, and it's pretty big. Like, they have an outdoor amphitheater, so they have concerts there. Like, that's a pretty big, event venue.
Yep.
Okay, what else? So, the cool thing about Littleton is it has 1,500 acres designated towards parks and open space. That's big. So we talk about some of the ones up north, like Broomfield, who have those large designation of these open space areas.
Yeah.
A lot of people love that. There, you can go find a trail, bikeways. There's 35 acres I think of bikeways. So if you're a biker, like this is going to be a really great spot for you.
Yep. Just to list a few of those biking trails, you got Columbine, you got Highline, and Lee Gulch trails are kind of the main ones that you could really have inside of Littleton. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're a big biker, this is going to be a good place for you.
Yeah. We constantly talk about Fort Collins all the time, how it's a huge biking community. I think Littleton is a biking community in a different way, where they have all these trails that go through the open spaces. And Fort Collins are more equipped to have bikes like on your roadways, right? Driving through the towns and stuff like that. Right. Littleton does have some bike paths that kind of, I'm getting eaten up over here by something. Littleton does have some of those bikeways that, like on the side where it's designated bike paths, but they do have a lot of those designated trails through the open spaces up into the foothills and such that you can go on, so which is super nice. A little bit different when we say bike community as compared to say Fort Collins.
Yeah, and that's the other big one. Littleton is close to the foothills, so this is going to be a quick access to any of the foothill trails and hiking and things like that. Yep. It's also going to be pretty accessible if you just go north to jump on I-70 and go hit the mountains during our winter time. So a ton of things to do, whether it's, outside in the summertime, biking, hiking, all those things, but also taking advantage of, being able to hop on 70 and go straight to the mountains. So,
we should have talked about this location. So if you go to the far west side of Littleton, you got 470. Okay, so you have, that's one major highway that goes in there. North side, you got I-70, which is another major way to go in there. Also, off I-25, you have the street, although it's not a highway, Santa Fe, that goes on the east side of Littleton. And so it's like the accessibility into Littleton is super good as compared to a lot of these other cities who are a little bit less accessible.
Okay, and even though Red Rocks is not technically in Littleton, it is not far at all. So if you want to check out a concert or you want to work out in the morning, like there is yoga there, you name it, they have it. So.
All kinds of morning workouts, like they're always recording, like the 9 News always goes up there every now and then to record all the people who are working out at Red Rocks.
It's intense.
It's a great spot. So on top of being one of the best spots to watch a concert in the United States, you could also go out there and get a good pump in, right?
Not a good, it's like intense. Like I'm talking stairs after stairs.
Yeah, if you're at sea level, you got to think about this. You're also coming up to 5280, so up there it's probably a little bit higher than a mile. And then on top of that, you have all these steep inclines and stairs. You're working out, you do push-ups, and maybe we'll just pop in a video or something.
We should go like do it. I don't know about all that, but yeah, honestly though, you can't get a better view. If you're gonna work out, you're gonna do yoga, that's where it's at. So, and they host classes. A lot of people get together and go over there. They have meetup where people will actually meet up there and do a bunch of different activities. What does it cost to live in Littleton? Let's talk a little bit about our cost of living. So we're not gonna go through the whole thing because we are gonna actually come back and do a full cost of living video. We do those all by themselves, but we do want to touch on it a little bit. Tell them how we kind of do this.
Yeah, so we haven't done too many cost of living videos recently, but let me just go over it real quick. So what we do is you got your national average is 100, right? If it's above that if it's above that national average, obviously it's more expensive. If it's below that 100, then it's cheaper than your national average. So that's how we go about it. So let's just kind of figure out what the overall cost of Littleton is.
Okay, so overall cost for Colorado is 121. So above national average. Littleton is 130. So we do see that cities that are closer to the foothills do typically run a little higher than in some of the other cities.
Yeah, that's true.
Because most people move here for our beautiful mountains. And so we do see a pretty big trend. The closer you get to the mountains,
the more money you're going to spend. It's just like the ocean if you're in California or say Florida, right? The closer you are to those things that you want to do, that's what's going to be more expensive.
Yeah, and we're starting to see that spread. It kind of started in Boulder being like one of the highest places to live. We're now seeing it spread down to Golden. I would not be surprised if we start seeing that go even further south along the foothills. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll keep an eye on it for you guys.
Right.
And then the other cool thing about cost of living is going to be health. So Colorado is known to have kind of a lower than national average health, which is about 95, and Littleton is 94. And the reason is that Centura health system is right in Lakewood, which is like right next to Littleton. We have a ton of healthcare options that I think keep our healthcare affordable. So
yeah, with that competition probably is what's driving that down a little bit, and so we have quite a bit of competition. I'm sitting here acting like I'm the expert in, but honestly, it's her that's the expert. I just kind of act like I'm smart over here when it comes to health.
Calling himself out. But really, especially because Littleton's not that far from Denver either. So having that much access to healthcare and having a lot of choice makes everybody have to be a little bit more affordable and competitive in the market. So.
All right, cool. So let's go ahead and break into everything that you guys always like to know about the real estate. So just overall, let's kind of go about that. Your national average 100. Real estate, or I guess just housing in general, we're going to incorporate renting into that as well too. You're looking at a 189. So definitely a lot higher than national average, almost double, almost 200% as compared to your national average. So what are we looking at? If you're looking at purchasing a house inside of Littleton, what I like to do is talk about your median sales price, because we want to know what houses are selling for. If there's a house that's out there that's worth a ton of money, but it's not on the market, doesn't mean a damn thing to you, right? So what are you going to purchase a house for if you're looking at Littleton, Colorado? You're looking at a median sales price of $600,000. Now, what does that look like as compared to Denver? Well, Denver, funny enough, it was actually a median sales price of $600,000 in July. So now we're talking August numbers. It's went down to $536,000.
Okay.
What's happening here, guys? So we know that interest rates are going up. That is definitely affecting the market a little bit. The market is starting to soften, and we're seeing that the sellers aren't getting as much money for their houses as they did, say, back in May, where May was a crazy time. So what have we been looking at these last couple months as in regards to median home sales price? We just talked about how it went down from July. So from July to August, it went down 8.61% in median sales price. All right, so let's go ahead and compare the last 3 months. What does the median sales price look like from the last 3 months in Denver? It's went down 12.25%. And so it's just constantly going down. I will say that there's projections that after this Fed interest rate, by the time this video is posted, it'll already happen. So I think it's supposed to happen tomorrow. I think tomorrow's the 21st is when the Fed's going to announce the new interest rates. I know that there's so many lenders out there who are saying, you know, the interest rates that the Fed's raising has no direct correlation with the mortgage rates that we're going to be seeing. You can't tell me that every time they raise it, there hasn't been a trend that the interest rates on these mortgages are going up as well too. So just expect that they're going to probably be going up 7.5%, possibly 8%. I don't have a crystal ball. I can't predict the future. I'm just saying that if you want to get into a house, right now might be a good time because house prices are going down and then those interest rates might be going up. So you might be in that perfect spot. All right, so before I move on to Littleton's numbers, let's go ahead and look at Denver as a whole. So over the last 12 months, year over year, what are we looking at? Denver is actually down 2.6% median sales price since 2021.
That's a lot of numbers, but really we're starting to see things change.
I'm sure you guys' eyes are glossing over and you're like...
I'm a nerd about those things, so I just sit there and look at him and I'm like, and I'm like creating little maps in my head.
All right, so now we're going to talk about Littleton. What does Littleton look like? We just went over the Denver numbers. So over the last month, Littleton's median sales price is down 10%, so 10.04%. The last 3 months, it's down 12.41%. But here's the one number that does look good, is Littleton is actually up 1.49% year over year. We're comparing August of 2021 to August of 2022 on your median sales price. So at least some good news in there, right?
Yeah, we don't want to see it going down for sure. So where to live in Littleton? Well, I looked up the most recent stats on the top 3 neighborhoods, and that's going to be Grant Ranch, Sterling Ranch, and Old Littleton. So if you're looking as to like where to start looking for houses, those might be the 3 neighborhoods that are getting the most traction for this last year.
Yeah, Old Littleton's actually a super cool little spot. It's not as large as say like downtown Fort Collins or anything like that, but it's actually a super cool spot to walk. If you go down there, they have a bunch of great buildings.
Okay, so we're just going to briefly touch a little bit about development because we always want to keep up to date with what the city's doing in development because that's going to, you know, enrich the community. It's also going to, we're going to see it reflect some of the real estate stuff. But in 2019, they put in the city of Littleton put in a vision comprehensive plan in transportation. And that's kind of been its like the whole plan for the city. Well, in 2020, 2021, they put in a ULUC, a Unified Land Use Code. So what is that? So I went to look on there because they have this new Envision Littleton, and the whole point of it is to make things easier for developers coming in and have this. It's actually a really nice, I don't do anything with development. I don't know anything on that whole scale, but I went onto this website to look at, okay, well, what is this all about? And really what it does is it spells out how to develop in the city of Littleton so that people can come in and start building. And there are a ton of open permits. A lot of it actually mainly up north in North Littleton. We're seeing a ton of development things being pushed through and permitting. I was able to pull it all up so you can look on their website, but it's making it a lot easier to grow the town of Littleton, which is going to affect, you know, all of the real estate and the prices and all of that. So with that coming into play and that being the new thing, it's going to make it a lot more fun and a lot easier for these developers to come in and start building. Yeah,
if you notice there's a common theme between all these cities that we always talk about, it's the fact that they are all developing, guys. With Denver being as popular as it is, and with so many people moving into Denver in these last few years, more and more development's happening in all these different cities. All these cities are putting together a comprehensive plan, making sure that they're dealing with the development that's coming into the state, into the Denver metro area.
So yeah, what you'll see and what things that we look at for all these different cities is these comprehensive plans. We want to know what's coming into the city, what's going to start making it grow, so that when you are buying in these areas, we know that we're going to start seeing equity gains, we're going to see areas changing. We need to know what the most up-to-date plans are for these cities. Some of them are awesome, like so cool. I'm so excited.
One of my favorite ones still the Dakota one, just because it talks about the I keep on getting this wrong. What is it called? The Aggie Hood?
Aggie Hood.
Aggie Hood. One of the two or whatever. It's so fascinating to me. This whole plan. Talking about how they incorporate farming into pretty much suburbia. And I don't want to get too far into Tacona because we're talking about Lakewood right now. But
no, we're talking about Littleton.
Or Littleton, yeah. Wow. I don't want to talk about Tacona too much because we're talking about Littleton right now, but it's just fascinating, all these different comprehensive plans, how these cities are going about, all the growth that they've been seeing these last few years, and their projection to see in the future.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, so we kind of gave you a big overview of Littleton. We plan on breaking some things down for you and providing more videos, but if there's a certain video that you're interested in, feel free to comment down below. Let us know what things you're most interested in, because that's how we get all of our video topics. We do all of these videos for you.
If you're looking at purchasing real estate in the state of Colorado, give us a ring. We're going to put our phone number in below right there. And if you wouldn't mind, I'm going to take a second, guys. We've been hearing from so many of you recently who are planning on moving in here. It's been
really
so
wonderful.
awesome helping you guys out, helping out so many different, whether you're just buying a first-time home buyer or it's your fifth time buying a house. We've been helping out.
Or our retirees.
Yeah, or retirees. We've been helping out so many of you guys, and it warms our hearts so much to be able to help you out. This is what this channel is for, is to educate you as much as possible and ultimately be able to help you out with your move into Colorado. So thank you so much.
Thank
We
you.
love it so much, and until next time, bye.
Bye.
Following us for a bit, you know that we have not covered this city yet.
So, can I just stop there, you think? Okay, you can cut that out?
No, it's good.
Okay. Crazy.
And median sales price. What about the median sales price? Okay. But I think it's going to happen tomorrow, Wednesday. It'll be the 22nd, 21st.
Code, which is a unified land use code.
What am I trying to say?
I don't know.
Man,
Less bang.
Okay.
Less caffeine.
All right, I think I'm done
in
with
the
that one.
Sweeney department.
All right, let's just. Okay. Let me just start off there again.
Hold on.
All right, ready?
Yeah. No. Please feel free to comment down below.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, and of course, if you're looking at purchasing real estate in the state of Colorado, Denver metro area, we're pretty much talking Colorado Springs all the way up to Fort Collins. I don't like that.
Okay.
All right.